shot dead outside his residence, remember, in Prayagraj last week. The UP government has said that they're going to take the strictest action possible. A controversy has also erupted after Sadakat Khan's pictures went viral with Akhilesh Yadav. This is Samajwadi Party boss Akhilesh Yadav. And now a bulldozer has been brought in to raise down the property of Sadakat. This is the aide of Atiq Ahmed. Abhishek Mishra getting asked the very latest. Abhishek, you're telling us about this earlier as well, that this really is not surprising given that we've seen similar action in the past as well against those who create law and order situation in the state.
Well, certainly, Sneha, and this action is nothing new as far as Yogi government is concerned. They have been maintaining the fact from day one of the second innings of this government that quick and rapid action will be taken and the bulldozer will make its way towards these illegal properties of mafias, of these criminals and all these people who are responsible for such incidences. And this once again is an example by the Yogi Adityanath government of, trying to take the grip over Atiq Ahmed, his associates, on Sadakat Khan and on other people as well who are responsible. But what is also very important is that not just by, making them weak as far as their properties are concerned, but also the raids which are being conducted, arrests which have been made. At the same time, UPSTF, which is taking a rapid action, is something which is, 1, 2, 3, 4-way attack on the accused. And at the same time, Atiq Ahmed, who has been very, talked about as far as, this assembly was concerned. In UP Assembly, Samajwadi Party, who the BJP said that is responsible for, making him his way to the parliament, making his way to the UP Assembly. But on the other hand, BJP is also talking about, taking charge on these mafias. So that is something which is getting a lot of attention here. And once again, Yogi Adityanath working on his own words of mitti mein mila dunga, that is something, will get all these criminals on the soil, on the land. And this is something is getting very evident through this exercise, through this bulldozer drive, which is currently underway in Prayagraj. It looks like that the government has prepared a plan and they are working on it.
हमारे पीछे कोई खड़ा हो जाए घटना करके, आपके घर में कोई घटना करके आ जाए और यहाँ खड़ा हो जाए, तो डिजिटल के ज़माने में कहीं कुछ नहीं किया जा कहा जा सकता है.
All right, so we have in fact these details emerging right now. Abhishek continues to be with us, explaining to us what's happening right now in Prayagraj. Abhishek, you of course were telling us about this is perfectly in line with what has been promised by the UP Chief Minister in terms of bringing the law and order situation under control.
Well, certainly, and once again, as I said earlier also, that this is a very important development because the government has been very vocal about it. All the ministers of UP government, be it CM Yogi Adityanath, the deputy chief ministers, and yesterday we've also heard how JPS Rathod, the another minister from the UP cabinet, has clearly said that if the criminals and all these people are quite optimistic of, getting saved in any way, they shouldn't worry because the vehicle can also get down. So that is something which is a very important statement, and this shows the priority of the government. This shows the way they are working on it, and they are targeting all these mafias and taking the charge over it. And this exercise which is currently underway in Prayagraj is again a picture which emerged. You can recall this is not the first time. Earlier also, one of the ex-leader of Samajwadi Party's house was also demolished in such a way in Prayagraj during the riots which happened in Prayagraj, and his involvement, and then the government took the action. And now it's another picture where you can see that how this residential property, this property of Sadakat Khan, is now being got down by the UP police, and that they have taken all the charge. So this is something which again give us an indication of the way the UP government is going to go ahead in this whole drive. Politically also, this whole case has taken a lot of attention. But if I talk about the action on the ground, which is all visible here in Prayagraj, where the bulldozers had arrived, demolition drive has begun, and they are now targeting to, crack the bone of the mafia and getting the charge over him. And at the same time, as I said, the raids which were conducted in Lucknow, in Prayagraj, in other places as well, is currently also a major focus of the UPSTF, and that is something which is now the priority of the UP police and the Yogi Adityanath government in Uttar Pradesh. Yes.
And the high drama continues as we stay with these pictures of the law and order situation. In fact, in Prayagraj, where bulldozers now have been brought in and the property of Sadaqat are getting razed down. Also, Abhishek, get us up to speed with the investigations in this entire matter as political links also emerge. This has become a big political war between the BJP and the Samajwadi Party. Pictures of bulldozers being brought in. Sadaqat's illegal property is getting razed. Who is then Sadaqat? He is one of the key conspirators in the Umesh Pal murder case, is what we know. His property is getting bulldozed after the UP Chief Minister spoke about taking the strictest action possible against the mafia. Sadaqat, remember, is the same man whose pictures have surfaced with Akhilesh Yadav also. Subrat Pathak, MP of the BJP from Kannauj in Uttar Pradesh, is also now joining us. इस तरह का एक्शन लिया जा रहा है सदाकत के खिलाफ. ये उत्तर प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री का ये कहना था कि माफिया को मिट्टी में मिला देंगे. उस हिसाब से ये परफेक्टली इन लाइन विद द प्रॉमिस ऑफ द चीफ मिनिस्टर है. सुब्रत पाठक.
देखिए, उत्तर प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री जी ने जो भी बयान दिया है वो उत्तर प्रदेश की आम जनता के हित का बयान है. और निश्चित रूप से कोई व्यक्ति यदि सरकारों का अपराधी बन जाता है और अपराधी बनकर वो इस प्रकार के लोगों को दबाने का, सताने का, डराने का और उसके बाद उनको हत्या तक कर देता है, तो फिर उसके लिए क्या बचता है. निश्चित रूप से सरकार ऐसी आती है जो आम जन की सरकार होती है, शोषित वंचितों की सरकार होती है, गरीब कमजोरों की सरकार होती है. उनकी रक्षा के लिए उसको इस प्रकार की स्थिति उत्पन्न करनी ही पड़ती है ताकि इन अपराधी माफियाओं के अंदर एक भय पैदा हो, आतंक पैदा हो, उनको कानून का डर सताने लगे जिस कानून पे कभी वो खिला कर सकते हैं.
बिल्कुल. किस तरह का एक्शन लेना चाहिए इन लोगों के खिलाफ जो कि पाए गए हैं इस केस में, जो अक्यूज्ड हैं?
देखिए, अब जिन्होंने दिन दहाड़े आकर एक तरीके से वो उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार के ऊपर हमला किया है कि उमेश पाल कोई साधारण व्यक्ति नहीं था. उमेश पाल उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार की सुरक्षा में था. उत्तर प्रदेश के सरकार के सुरक्षा कर्मी उसकी सुरक्षा में लगे हुए थे और उस समय उनके ऊपर हमला कर देना माने सीधे उत्तर प्रदेश की व्यवस्था के ऊपर हमला कर देना. और उत्तर प्रदेश की व्यवस्था के ऊपर कोई हमला करेगा, हमारी सरकार के ऊपर हमला करेगा तो सरकार के हाथ में चूड़ियां पहन लेगी. निश्चित रूप से सरकार को जो कुछ करना चाहिए ऐसे दुर्दांतों का अंत करने के लिए और जो कोई भी कार्रवाई की आवश्यकता पड़े वो सरकार को करनी चाहिए. मैं सरकार का समर्थन करता हूँ.
जी, इनफैक्ट ये पहले भी हुआ है इस तरह से जो देखा गया है. जो की अक्यूज्ड है इसमें आतिक अहमद की जो एड है सदाकत, उनके फोटोग्राफ भी पाए गए हैं अखिलेश यादव के साथ. इस पे कई सारे सवाल उठे हैं कि किस तरीके से इस तरह की माफिया जो गुंडा हैं वो पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स के साथ भी ऑपनॉप करते हैं.
देखो, अखिलेश यादव की तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति ने ही माफियाओं को जन्म दिया है. न तो कैसे अतीक अहमद पैदा हो गए, कैसे मुख्तार अंसारी पैदा हो गए. और आप अगर इनके इतिहास उठाओगे तो इनके हर जिले में किसी न किसी गुंडे को इन्होंने पनपाया है, बल्कि हर गांव में किसी न किसी गुंडे का एक तरीके से सरपरस्ती ये समाजवादी पार्टी की रही है. इसके एक नहीं सैकड़ों उदाहरण मैं दे सकता हूँ. और रही बात दूसरी कि अब जो जिस समय की जो आज की जो परिस्थितियां हैं, अब इनके आज इन लोगों को पेट में दर्द हो सकता है क्योंकि भाई जब आज अपराधी, आतंकी ये सब समाप्त हो जाएंगे तो समाजवादी पार्टी अपने आप समाप्त हो जाएगी. हो सकता है ये एक बड़ा उनको इसको लेकर डर रहा हो, लेकिन सरकार ने भी बिल्कुल डिसाइड कर लिया है कि जिस कारण से हमको उत्तर प्रदेश में दोबारा आने का मौका मिला है, हम उत्तर प्रदेश में जो भी कानून के राज को तोड़ेगा, उत्तर प्रदेश में अपराधी को उसके अंजाम तक पहुंचाने का काम सरकार करेगी.
मैं पूछना चाहूंगी, कई सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जो कहते हैं कि इस समय ऐसे बुलडोजर्स क्यों चलने चाहिए। ये एक लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन है, ये एक मामला है, इसमें पूरी तरीके से इन्वेस्टिगेशंस हो और कोर्ट के थ्रू जो है, न्यायालय के थ्रू जो है वो जस्टिस मिले। ऐसे में बुलडोजर्स का क्या चलाना ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि ये पहली बार नहीं हुआ है। जी,
बुलडोजर चलाने की कभी आवश्यकता ही नहीं पड़ी होती थी। समाजवादी पार्टी ने इन गुंडों को आश्रय न दिया होता। आप बताइए, ये 2005 में जिस समय पर समाजवादी पार्टी की सरकार थी, राजू पाल जो कि विधायक था, चुना हुआ विधायक था, जनता के द्वारा चुना हुआ विधायक था, उसको दौड़ा दौड़ा कर इलाहाबाद की सड़कों के ऊपर मार दिया गया। क्या कार्रवाई हुई? क्या कार्रवाई उस समय के ऊपर हुई? उस समय पर बसपा समाजवादी पार्टी का सांसद अतीक अहमद हुआ करता था। इसने इसके पारिवारिक जेलों में मिलकर उसको मारा था। अगर उस समय के ऊपर कार्रवाई होती तो आज शायद बुलडोजर चलाने की जरूरत ही नहीं आती। लेकिन उस समय पर उनको आश्रय दिया गया, उनको सांसद बना दिया गया। सरकार के मैं तो वीडियो कल देख रहा था और उसके साथ साथ मैंने बड़े बड़े पुलिस के अधिकारी चल रहे थे। तो जो व्यक्ति इस स्थिति में पहुंच जाएगा और वो उसके इतने हौसले उसके बुलंद हो जाएंगे और जो करोड़ों अरबों की संपत्ति बना लेगा, तो फिर उसके खिलाफ तो कार्रवाई ऐसी होगी। बुलडोजर तो चलाना ही पड़ेगा, गाड़ी तो पलटानी पड़ेगी।
शुक्रिया हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए। सुब्रत पाठक, द MP of the BJP from Kannauj, saying that this is action that had to be taken and it wouldn't have been required had the previous governments led by the Samajwadi Party taken the action necessary against these gundas, against these mafias, is what is being said now by the BJP. Remember, we are talking about action against the aide, in fact, of Atiq Ahmed, who is in fact one of the conspirators in the Umesh Pal murder case. Now, questions are being raised about the manner in which photographs of the accused have surfaced with members of the Samajwadi Party, including SP boss Akhilesh Yadav. As far as the investigations are concerned, this entire incident, remember, was caught on camera. The shootout was caught on camera. Umesh Pal murdered in broad daylight. Bulldozers razing the property of Atiq's aide there. And we're getting you more details of the investigations in this entire matter. Pictures on the left side of your screen is from Prayagraj. These are live pictures, in fact, of the police trying to bring the law and order situation also under control. A lot of people have gathered in this particular area. This is the house of Atiq's aide in this case. The Kia.
खड़ी है ना बगल में, सब ठीक खड़ी है। हम मौजूद करा रहे जो होगा बताएंगे।
देखिए, अभी जो चिन्हित किया गया है खालिद जफर का ये मकान बताया गया है। इनका सीधे कनेक्शन पुलिस के जो सूत्रों के अनुसार है कि शूटर्स यहाँ पर आए थे, शूटर्स यहाँ पर शाइस्ता से मिले और उसके बाद वो यहाँ से फरार हो गए। तो लिहाजा इसका उमेश पाल हत्याकांड से कनेक्शन इस्टेब्लिश हुआ है। यही वजह है कि उमेश पाल हत्याकांड में जो शूटर्स थे उनके सरपरस्त के तौर पर यह कार्रवाई की जा रही है। और ये कार्रवाई कहा जाए कि खालिद जफर हैं जिनका ये मकान बताया जा रहा है, जिसके ऊपर यह कार्रवाई की जा रही है। सामान निकाला जा रहा है। प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण के जो अधिकारी हैं वो हैं। और ये जो इलाके की अगर हम बात करें तो ये बहुत तंग गली में बसा हुआ मोहल्ला है। और ये जो गली है जहाँ पर आप सामने जो बुलडोज़र आते हैं हम दिखा रहे हैं, तो वो जो बुलडोज़र है जो खड़ा हुआ है इस समय पर, ये बुलडोज़र खड़े होने के बाद आप देखिए कि पूरी गली चौक हो गई है, एक गाड़ी भी नहीं निकल सकती। यानी बहुत छोटी गली में ये पूरा मकान बनाया गया है। यही वजह है कि एक ही बुलडोज़र के जरिए इसकी शुरुआत हुई है। लेकिन जो अभी नज़र आ रहा है कि कुछ मजदूर भी अंदर ले जाए जा रहे हैं, मजदूरों को अंदर भेजा जा रहा है। शायद अब ये हाथ से तोड़ने की कार्रवाई भी हो सकती है, क्योंकि ये पूरा तंग गली का मोहल्ला है और इस मोहल्ले में दूसरों के घर क्षतिग्रस्त ना हो, दूसरों के घरों को नुकसान ना हो, इसका भी पुलिस को ध्यान रखना होगा। प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण को ध्यान रखना होगा। इसको एहतियात बरतते हुए प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण के जो एक्सपर्ट हैं, जो मकान को गिराने के एक्सपर्ट हैं, उनकी मदद ली जा रही है। और यही वजह है कि तंग मोहल्ले में की जा रही इस कार्रवाई को बहुत एहतियात से किया जा रहा है। जो बुलडोज़र आ करके जिसने पहले आते ही मकान के जो मेन गेट है उसको गिराया, उसके बाद उसकी बाउंड्री वॉल को क्षतिग्रस्त किया, उसको अभी थोड़ी देर के लिए रुक गया है, यह कहा जाए कि थम गया है ताकि सामान बाहर निकाल लिया जाए और सामान निकलने के बाद इस पर कार्रवाई होगी। इसको बुलडोज कर दिया जाएगा, पूरे मकान को मिट्टी में मिला दिया जाएगा। जो मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ ने सदन में कहा था कि ऐसे माफियाओं को मिट्टी में मिला दिया जाएगा, तो अब वो मिट्टी में मिलाने का जो काम है वो नजर आ रहा है। यहाँ पर प्रयागराज में उमेश पाल हत्याकांड के जो शूटर्स हैं,
Getting you all the details of the bulldozer being rolled in. This is in fact Atiq Ahmed's aide Khalid's house in Prayagraj, where there is bulldozer action against illegal property of the aide of the key accused in this case. The Chief Minister had spoken about taking the strictest action possible against the mafia, and that's exactly is what we are seeing right now in Prayagraj. It's time for a quick commercial break here, even as we're staying with these pictures. Our focus on the bulldozer action in Prayagraj on the other side of this break as well.
You are watching India Today.
Couldn't ask for a more incredible daughter.
Are you actually trying to parent me right now?
Who would want me to be a part of their life?
The Veil is a psychological drama film directed by Darren Aronofsky and written by Samuel D. Hunter, based on his 2012 play of the same name. Fraser plays the role of Charlie, a morbidly obese and reclusive English professor who teaches online college writing courses but keeps his webcam switched off as he's ashamed of his physical appearance.
I need to know that she's gonna have a decent life where she cares about people and that she's gonna be okay.
The White Lotus cast landed the top television trophy at the awards for the show's second season. Set in Italy, about wealthy vacationers and the staff who served them at a ritzy resort.
On our honeymoon. You're such valued guests. Welcome to the White Lotus.
Where were you?
I just walked around.
Please enjoy.
Belinda is the best.
Good, I'll make an appointment.
If she's not booked with me.
Sometimes just watching them eat every night makes me want to gouge my eyes out.
The series' star Jennifer Coolidge took home the award for Best Female Actor in a Drama Series for her role as a wealthy vacationer.
I get off at 7? Yeah, that's good. I mean, like a couple minutes after 7 at the restaurant. Sounds great.
I want you all to know that I am just so grateful because, this could be it.
Wendy, I'm scared.
Jason Bateman won Best Actor in a Drama Series for his role in Ozark, the story of a businessman who launders money for a Mexican drug cartel.
We're in a lot of danger.
That's your choice. You're just another criminal to me now.
I can go to Mexico and reestablish your control.
Do you really think everything you do is to protect your family?
The cast of Abbott Elementary, a mockumentary about teachers at an underfunded school in Philadelphia, won Best TV Comedy Ensemble.
This food. You eat like you took a cooking class in prison. Just take that.
Sometimes friendship is the only meal you need.
Thanks for being here. I think of you like a young me.
I think of you like an old me.
This ain't A Star Is Born. I shut your tiny ass down.
It's very zen, actually.
You guys gotta see what's in the cafeteria!
Entertainment Bureau, India Today.
For real.
The art market is a force to be reckoned with today. While the market is unlikely to see the boom it saw pre-global recession era, it has consolidated and is now showing steady returns. Modern art, especially the progressive modern masters, always hold fort despite of any economic headwinds. On the other hand, the contemporary art is a bit more volatile. Art is and always will be an alternative asset class, whether you look at it from a point of view of a collector, an investor, or an aficionado. The position it holds in society is very powerful. It is the reflection of our changing times, just like the films. India has now caught on to the trends like audio and video installations. And with now artificial intelligence taking over the world, we see a lot of technology marrying art. I wonder if artists now feel they will be replaced by the artificial intelligence soon or not.
As an artist, I don't want to be threatened. I'm scared. This will replace me. I'm not an image maker anymore.
The Gen Z today is massively into art NFTs. Whether it is here to stay or not is a big question.
I would say they're looking for something that resonates with them. So digital art is one, AI is another. And of course, even within the contemporary art, they're looking for young artists that they can identify with, either in terms of their ideology or, some connection with the artist.
Industry figures have now observed the growing interest from the Gen Z and millennial collectors. Not to forget the biggest headline of our times: art marrying technology, marrying artificial intelligence. So I'm a Gen Z, and I can tell you with full confidence that we, the whole generation, are very excited for the art NFTs, for the artificial intelligence and technology. So if you are a young collector, just like me, with this broadcast, now you know the whole lay of the land of the Indian art market.
You are watching India Today.
Some big breaking news coming in. Bulldozers have been rolled in. This at the house of Khalid, who is the aide of Atiq Ahmed. Essentially, action being taken after UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath had said that they're going to do all things possible to ensure that law and order situation does not go out of hand. First of all, these pictures, in fact, also of the shootout that took place a few days ago. The Umesh Pal shootout is what we're referring to. The aide of Atiq Ahmed, one of the key conspirators in this entire case, Khalid, his house is getting razed in Prayagraj, and these are pictures, in fact, coming in. There are others also who have, in fact, been detained by the police. Also, action being taken against the close aide of Atiq Ahmed as far as the bulldozer action is concerned. Abhishek has more details on that story. Also, Abhishek, the number of people involved in this, many conspirators. The conspiracy to kill Umesh Pal planned in the jail in Bareilly. Talk to us a little more about the key conspirators involved in this murder, and what sort of action further from today can we expect?
Well, certainly, Sneha, and this was not just a thing which was planned in a day or two. It was a very well-planned incident which was conducted, and at the same time, if I talk about as far as this Umesh Pal murder is concerned, the Bareilly jail is a key point where this whole conspiracy was made. It has been said that Atiq's brother Ashraf was also aware of this thing. He was also in coordination, and at the same time, it has also been said that after meeting Ashraf only, the name of the shooters, how this exercise will be done, everything was planned out, and that is has been revealed by Sadaqat Khan himself during the investigation and the inquiry done by the STF. Also, it is important that
the Sadakat has said that the meeting with the shooters was held in the hostel room. So this is a very clear, statement where we can certainly say that it was a well-planned activity and, just not targeting a government, a key witness. It was not on the priority, but also to, get every evidence
Okay,
out.
be with us. Dayashankar Singh, member of the BJP, also in fact minister in Yogi Adityanath's cabinet, is now joining us. शुक्रिया इंडिया टुडे के साथ जुड़ने के लिए। ये बुलडोजर एक्शन हम देख रहे हैं माफिया के खिलाफ, जब योगी आदित्यनाथ ने, मुख्यमंत्री ने ये कहा कि माफिया को मिट्टी में मिला देंगे।
देखिए, हमारी सरकार जो है माफियाओं के खिलाफ में सख्त है। चाहे कोई भी व्यक्ति हो, यदि वो अपराध करता है तो उस पर कार्रवाई सुनिश्चित की जाती है बिना भेदभाव के। कोई भी, क्योंकि जीरो टॉलरेंस की नीति पर हमारी योगी जी की सरकार कानून व्यवस्था पर काम करती है। कोई भी अपराधी को किसी भी जाति मजहब विशेष हो, उसको किसी के लिए छूट नहीं है। सब इस तरह के कोई भी जो लिप्त पाया जाएगा तो उस पर सरकार सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई करेगी।
कई लोगों का ऐसा कहना है कि ये मामला अभी पुलिस के हाथों में है, इन्वेस्टिगेशन चल रहा है, तो इस तरह का एक्शन क्यों लेना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये कोर्ट डिसाइड करेगा कि ये गिल्टी है कि नहीं है, जो की कंस्पिरेटर्स बोले जा रहे हैं इस पूरे केस में।
देखिए, जब एविडेंस मिलता है अपराधियों को पकड़ने के लिए ये इस तरह के प्रयोग किए जाते हैं, क्योंकि अपराधी पर दबाव बनाने के लिए ये आवश्यक होता है कि ये इस तरह के जो लोग एक समाज में एक आतंक फैलाना चाहते हैं, समाज को दूषित करना चाहते हैं, इसलिए ऐसे अपराधियों के खिलाफ में जनमानस में विश्वसनीयता के लिए, लोगों में एक भरोसा के लिए इन लोगों पर सख्त कार्रवाई की जाती है।
शुक्रिया हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए। So you heard there from Dayashankar Singh as a minister in Yogi Adityanath's cabinet there. He is saying that there is in fact enough and more to suggest that these are the people who are behind the murder of Umesh Pal. That continues to be a top focus story right here. For the moment, it's time for a quick break.
You are watching India Today.
State of war ends. Now for verdict. Super suspense for 3 state results. Experience a new high in verdict reporting.
We have the most accurate pollster with us. Absolutely bang on.
Accurate results at blinding speed. The only verdict broadcast India will watch. Verdict Day with the #1 election team.
So I think in general there is obviously much more digital advertising happening, and the platforms are becoming more active and influencers are becoming more active, because we do feel that this is going to shape advertising in the future in a very, very big way. So more than I would say, has it gone up or down, because the guidelines are very recent. I think what we can say is that just at an anecdotal basis, we are seeing a lot more influencers who are compliant. We are seeing the hashtags being used. We are seeing the paid partnership tags being used. So I think that's a great step, and we are definitely seeing more platforms also bringing in disclosure labels, so that there is a native way to kind of disclose your material connection. So I think influencers are taking this whole thing, I feel, in a really good way, in a very positive way, and using disclosure, not with any kind of pressure, but I think as a voluntary choice that they are making, and I think that is really, really great news.
Absolutely. Like you said, there's been a rise in digital ads. Digital influencing marketing is the newest thing on the block. Where do you think this will go? Will it take over the revenue, the ad spends that we saw for TV ads? Will digital advertising be the biggest advertising field in ad?
If you see the growth that it has, I mean, it's already kind of inching towards television growth. So television still remains the largest, but digital is now a close second. And the rate of growth of digital is definitely higher. So I think, I think all media will continue to grow. So it's not as if, that you will actually see a decline in any particular medium. But yes, I think just in terms of percentage split, I feel that digital is likely to take over television in the next few years.
Sharp stabbing pain at the back of neck, constant headache, excessive sleepiness. Many of us are only starting to discover what stress is doing to our bodies.
This is the most embarrassing day of my life.
Few years ago, ABC News anchor Dan Harris had a panic attack on air.
I knew with rock solid certainty.
Have you ever felt like Dan? Anxious, breathless, and a sense of panic. Just panicky for no good reason. Well, the culprit really is stress here.
Yet people do not recognize stress as a problem until it begins to tell on them.
When there is more than the normal tolerable stress, then all these factors, high cholesterol, high sugar which is produced, high blood pressure, increased heart rate, and the spasm of the arteries of the heart also lay a foundation for developing heart blockages.
Doctors say the curtains have scarcely come down on the COVID pandemic, then India seems to be in the grip of another epidemic, a silent one at that, brought on by stress. In a survey of 10,000 Indians conducted in December 2020 by the Center of Healing, a mental health service platform based in Delhi, 74% of the respondents reported stress and 88% anxiety. Nearly 70% of the therapists surveyed documented an increase in the number of patient visits. 55% said there had been an increase in first-time clients after the pandemic. Stress is no stranger to humankind. It is perhaps as old as existence itself. The human body is primed both to recognize it and to deal with it through a combination of responses that make up what is called the flee or fight mechanism. It is the overreaction to stress where things start to go wrong.
Small amount of stress is very good to keep you motivated, to keep trying to achieve things which make you happy. But then beyond that, stress always brings down your performance, prevents you from enjoying life. Find a balance between your work and your personal life. Then the second thing is you should always plan some short vacations in the year and some good long vacations where you are out with your family. Third is that indulging in sports activities is a great stress buster. It gives you exercise as well as a mental relaxation.
well with Sleep Well.
Very good afternoon. You're watching India Today. I'm Nabila Jamal. Our top news on the Delhi cabinet rejig. New ministers roped in after Satyendra Jain and Manish Sisodia resigns. Taking you through the news. Headlines first. Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj likely now to become new Delhi ministers after Manish Sisodia and Satyendra Jain tendered their resignation. Days after Manish Sisodia's arrest, jitters for the Aam Aadmi Party in Karnataka. Former top cop dumps up, joins BJP. Bulldozers razed down property of Umesh Pal murderer Ateek's Aide in Prayagraj, the house where Umesh's killers was resided, now brought down by bulldozers. And Bengaluru's con lover stabs his girlfriend 10 times after family of the girl objects to the marriage over caste, sits beside her body right after the murder. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin turns 70. Big opposition unity on display as Mallikarjun Kharge, Tejaswi, Akhilesh, Farooq join in the birthday celebrations. And 32-year-old Indian national shot dead by Australian police after he allegedly stabbed a cleaner at a railway station in Sydney. All right, here's a big news break coming in. Saurabh Bharadwaj and Atishi of the Aam Aadmi Party now become new ministers. Kejriwal cabinet gets 2 new ministers. Saurabh Bharadwaj and Atishi join the Delhi cabinet. Of course, this comes right at a time when Satyendra Jain and Manish Sisodia, both of them accused of corruption in different cases, are currently in custody, resign. Kejriwal, the Chief Minister, has even accepted their resignation. This development came in last evening. Right after that, Saurabh Bharadwaj, we believe, and Atishi, both of them now roped into the cabinet, will be allotted portfolios. One should remember, Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia himself held at least 8 portfolios, 18 departments that came under him. A huge responsibility and shoes to fill in at this point, considering that he held these departments and these portfolios as AAP came into power the 3rd term around. A lot of responsibility. Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj, we believe, have been roped into the cabinet on the portfolios. Clarity will come in as we go. Meanwhile, Delhi Congress staged a protest in Delhi. BJP and the Congress now hitting the streets against Aam Aadmi Party, demand the resignation of Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Angry protesters there up in arms against the AAP. As expected, even the Congress now coming out on the streets, condemning the Aam Aadmi Party, accusing them of corruption. These are visuals of the Congress protesting in Delhi alongside the BJP. Both parties accusing Aam Aadmi Party of corruption. This has really come as a huge setback for the Aam Aadmi Party as Arvind Kejriwal's right-hand man, quite literally, Manish Sisodia, has been taken in by the CBI. He's in custody, and this comes as a big blow to the Aam Aadmi Party's projection of anti-corruption crusader. Let me cut across to Akshay Dongre, joining us live right from the protest site where Congress workers are up in arms. Akshay, a quick word and a look from you as we see Congress also now coming out on the streets. There's no, of course, leaving behind all that talk on opposition unity, etc. Congress outrightly targeting the AAP in Delhi, accusing them of corruption. We see on the other hand, of course, BJP protesting, but Congress protesters coming out is a new sight today.
Well, absolutely, Nabila. In fact, we are right now just outside the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters in the national capital, and right outside the AAP headquarters, the Congress workers and leaders of Delhi Congress are protesting. Now, while the protest is also against the excise policy scam, the protesters here, the Congress leaders here, are also seeking resignation of Kailash Gehlot, who is the transport minister in the national capital, stating that there has been another scam in buying B2C buses, and there has been, and they are alleging that the Congress party, that the Aam Aadmi Party also did corruption in that, and that's why Kailash Gehlot, who is the transport minister, should also resign. We'll try and get in some words from these Congress workers who are here and try to understand that what exactly is their point as far as the allegations are concerned. आप लोग मैम यहाँ पर है, सत्येंद्र जैन, सिसोदिया झागी है, पूरा कैबिनेट बाकी है, which means that they are accusing the entire cabinet of the Aam Aadmi Party government. क्या कहना है आप लोगों का, क्या आरोप है आप लोगों के कैलाश गहलोत पर?
सत्येंद्र जैन ने जो पूरी दिल्ली में है इतना भ्रष्टाचार चला दिया है और पूरी पब्लिक इतनी परेशान हो गई है। आज हमारी ट्रांसफर घोटाला है और हम आज इतने परेशान हो रहे हैं, हमें रोड पर आना पड़ा सारे कमेटी के।
सर, आपके क्या क्या मुख्य आरोप आप लगा रहे हैं?
देखिए, दिल्ली के अंदर ये मोदी जी के साथ में यार छोड़े गए हैं। ये 2009 के बाद में अन्ना जी के साथ में इन्होंने एजिटेशन किया था। जो आज आपने देखा कि देश के अंदर राहुल गांधी, देश की जनता की आवाज राहुल गांधी जी उठा रहे हैं और ये तोड़ने की बात कर रहे हैं। तो मोदी जी के चार यार, अन्ना, मीडिया, रामदेव, केजरीवाल, इन लोगों ने कर दिया देश का बंटाढार और ये लूट का पूरा दिल्ली को लूट।
Aam Aadmi Party senior leaders are here. The Delhi Pradesh Congress Committee Chief Anil Chaudhary is also on that vehicle where he is making a speech as well as far as these allegations are concerned. So these clearly are some different scenes from outside the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters. We have seen that there has been talks of united opposition ahead of 2024. We have seen that the Congress Party itself in the National Herald case has been accusing the BJP government in the center of misusing CBI, Enforcement Directorate, all the central agencies to intimidate the opposition. But when it comes to the Aam Aadmi Party, it seems that the Congress Party is agreeing to the allegations and is with the Bharatiya Janata Party, because both of these parties now targeting the Aam Aadmi Party in the national capital over the allegations of corruption in excise policy case.
Of course, as we know that the Congress at this point using this opportunity fully to really aim at the Aam Aadmi Party, who's nearly wiped the Congress out of the national capital. So this is a chance for the Congress to dent the image of the AAP, which seems to be eating into its vote share. Of course, it's wiped out Congress in the national capital, but every other state where the Congress is a main opposition, AAP seems to be venturing right there. For the Congress, this is a perfect opportunity. Let me cut across to Amit Bharadwaj on the other side with the BJP workers out there in protest. Amit, a quick word from you on BJP on the streets. What are their demands?
Well, Nabila, I've moved to the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters. So on two ends of the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Marg, you have the Congress protesters protesting, trying to reach to the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters. And at ITO, which is the busiest street, one of the busiest streets of the national capital, the crossing there, the BJP workers were protesting. You know, Virendra Sachdeva, the working president of the BJP, as well as Baijan Panda, the in charge of the Delhi BJP unit. All these top leaders were leading the protests out there. And the BJP's primary demand is that now that Manish Sisodia's resignation has happened, Arvind Kejriwal should step down as well. We did ask them a question that Aam Aadmi Party would argue that, you know, they have gotten the mandate till 2025 by the people of Delhi. But BJP is saying that, see, you know, Manish Sisodia has been jailed in the, he has been arrested in the Liquorgate excise policy scam. The investigation has been already launched by the CBI as well as the ED. So BJP argues that it is Arvind Kejriwal's cabinet and he heads the government, hence he should take the responsibility and step down from his office as well. And that is why, Nabila, these two protests which are happening, because of that, what you would see is that security has been beefed up on Deen Dayal Upadhyay Marg. Multiple layers of barricades have been put up. Along with that, water cannons have been stationed. On the other side of these barricades are the Delhi Congress protesters who are trying to reach out to the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters. Even at the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters, barricades have been put at the entrance of HQ, and you have Delhi police officials as well as CRP jawans standing on standby at the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters. So clearly all security arrangements have been made in place so that any protesters, the Delhi BJP protesters or the Delhi Congress protesters are not able to reach out to the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters. So clearly, despite Manish Sisodia and Satyendra Jain's resignation, the opposition parties are not leaving any stone unturned to mount further pressure on the AAP.
All right. Thank you very much, Amit. Now, Akshay is also with us. Akshay, tell us a little more on the Congress protesters. Who are those protesters out on the streets? We know there's hardly any base of the Congress left in the national capital, but any top leaders, prominent faces who are part of this Congress protest against AAP?
Well, Nabila, most of the leaders who are present here are the state unit leaders. In fact, the gentleman who's making speech in front of us is Anil Chaudhary. He's the Delhi Pradesh Congress chief, who is in fact spearheading the attack against the Aam Aadmi Party. We have questioned him on several occasions as well, as far as the usage of central agencies against the opposition leaders are concerned. But Anil Chaudhary has also, from the very beginning, has taken credit as far as taking this fight onto the streets is concerned. He claims that he was the first leader and Congress was the first party to in fact start talking about the excise policy scam and to start protesting as far as these protests are concerned, and that is how this entire excise policy scam unearthed, and that is the credit that the Delhi Pradesh Congress is taking. Even right now, Mr. Chaudhary is talking about the entire opposition. He's not just talking about the Aam Aadmi Party, but now also against the Bharatiya Janata Party on how the BJP is trying to take credit for this unearthing of alleged scam. According to Anil Chaudhary, it was the Congress Party who started with the scam. We'll try and get in a word from Mr. Chaudhary, but he's making a speech at this moment. We'll try and speak to him to understand that how is it different from the National Herald case, where the Congress Party itself has been alleging the BJP or the central government of using the agencies like CBI and Enforcement Directorate to target the opposition parties and to target anyone who speaks against. So this was the line of the Congress Party. We'll try and get in a word from Mr. Chaudhary on to what his thoughts are as far as these questions are concerned that many other opposition parties are also asking, because 2024 elections are just around the corner, and it remains to be seen that what exactly is going to be the stand of the Congress Party when it comes to talking about all of these issues, because on one hand there is the Congress Party which is trying to send letters to opposition. In fact, during the Bharat Jodo Yatra as well, the Congress Party had given invitations to all the opposition parties, but now when it comes to the state units, the politics is different. When it comes to the state units, there is the Congress. When it is in main opposition, or even when it is in government, the regional parties are trying to gain some ground as far as the receding Congress in the states are concerned too. So that is in fact the big story, that how exactly Congress Party is going to handle the 2024 elections, given the fact that the state and the central equations of the party are different when it comes to the regional parties like the Aam Aadmi Party in the national capital.
Right. Cutting across to Amit Bharadwaj as well. Amit, as the BJP now demanding Arvind Kejriwal's arrest, has there been any response coming in from Kejriwal so far? We know resignations have been tendered by the now tainted Manish Sisodia and Satyendra Jain. Of course, until the probe is over, until they get a clean chit, they are going to be viewed as officers who may have been involved in corruption. And this, of course, really dampens the spirit as well as the image of the AAP. So has Kejriwal really spoken post the resignation coming in, and they've roped in new ministers, but have they acknowledged an issue within the government?
Well, Nabila, as far as Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, obviously they are not going to respond to the political allegations or protests which are happening in the national capital, whether it be the BJP demanding Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's resignation or the Delhi Congress making a similar demand. You know, AAP would argue that they have gotten mandate. Arvind Kejriwal has gotten brute majority mandate from the people of Delhi in 2020 itself, and that mandate is there till 2025, and Arvind Kejriwal's resignation is out of question because he'll go into elections only in 2025, and the entire election was fought on his face. So that would be Aam Aadmi Party's stand. But as you're asking, whether there is further response on the allegations or the way Manish Sisodia and Satyendra Jain have stepped down, have resigned from the cabinet, Arvind Kejriwal cabinet. Yesterday, the Chief Minister was in a public meeting. He did not speak to the media there, and soon after that, the resignation of Manish Sisodia as well as Satyendra Jain had chipped in. This morning, we were given an understanding that new ministers could be roped in as soon as the president gives her, accepts the resignation of Mr. Sisodia as well as Mr. Jain. And, we were given to understand that two leaders, senior leaders from Aam Aadmi Party could be roped in the Kejriwal cabinet, and that appears to be the case now. Atishi and Saurabh Bhardwaj, these are the two names whose names have been sent to LG for recommendation. This is what sources have confirmed to us. Nabila, Atishi is someone who has a prior experience of handling Delhi's education department. She has worked for a long time as advisor in the education department and was deputy of Manish Sisodia as far as Delhi's education policy.
So of course, Arvind Kejriwal at max now trying to fill in the shoes of Manish Sisodia and Satyendra Jain. But what exactly is this Delhi liquor policy that's gone wrong, which the CBI is probing? I'm going to take you through exclusive news that's coming in that India Today has accessed some inside information on what the CBI has found in this case while investigating. In fact, we believe files have been missing, and those files now, CBI on a mission to try and find it. CBI trying to locate missing files. Literally at this point, the CBI trying to pull out all missing links and present it before Manish Sisodia to check on where the irregularities have been, and will the government, Manish Sisodia himself, leading that excise department, take up responsibility for it. Not just that, we have more information on the CBI having proof of at least 30 crores bribe being given allegedly to Vijay Nair via Hawala, and CBI also now yet to trace 70 crores bribe paid as advance. Now this is something that they've checked on the books and find a missing link there. Nearly 30 crores, we believe, via Hawala transaction has been given as bribe to AAP's Vijay Nair. And CBI also finding 70 crores bribe that has been paid in advance. They're trying to trace that transaction. And then more developments coming in right here only on India Today, unraveling all angles in this excise policy case. We see excise policy now has finalized. It was entirely finalized at Manish Sisodia's home itself. And that, of course, the CBI probing intensely. All right, I'm going to cut across to Uttar Pradesh, Prayagraj. We see bulldozers there in full action. Bulldozers literally razing down murderer Atiq's Aide's home. That's the bulldozer there in action. Raze down property of Atiq's Aide. Illegal construction of Atiq's Aide is razed after Yogi said that mafia ko mitti mein mila denge. This is the action that the UP government now is swiftly taking. Ateek, who is said to be the alleged murderer, his aide's home now being razed, accusing Atiq's aide of building this house on illegal land or encroached land. Here you have the bulldozers there rolling on the streets of Prayagraj. Umesh Pal's killers allegedly hid in this building. Umesh Pal's killer's wife, Ateek, in fact, the killers there have met Atiq's wife as well in the same house, the same building. This is the spot where bulldozers now in full action trying to raze down that building. as a fitting reply to the crime. As we know, this is UP government style. Yogi Adityanath has often said that those violating the law, this is going to be the fate. Bulldozers will be in full action, bringing down homes or offices, all the more if it's on encroached land. There is no notice. You see a bulldozer right at the doorstep, bringing it down in no time. And this is one such case where Umesh Pal's murderer, Atiq's aide, allegedly met with, or rather conspired against Umesh Pal right at this home. And this is a property which the UP government now decides to raze down. It's Umesh Pal's murderer, Atiq's aide's house. Illegal construction of this home has also been an issue as per which the UP government seems to have, without a notice, broken down this house, and that's the live visual coming in. Right on the right-hand side, we see police deployment. In fact, the police are speaking as well. Let's listen in.
एक तलवार मिली क्या मिला इनके पास ज़्यादा आइडिया नहीं है विदेशी गन है ज़्यादा.
All right, some news coming in. The aide's house, Atiq's aide's home, they've recovered a gun. A revolver has been recovered. That's what the police claim. The police showing that to the cameras as well. That's the gun there. A huge rifle that's recovered from Atiq's aide's home, which bulldozers are right now raising. Massive arms howl from Atiq's aide's house. Visuals there that we saw of the police officer showing that huge rifle to cameras as the media in full strength covering the bulldozers raising down the house of Atiq's aide's home. Atiq is the alleged murderer of Umesh Pal. They said to have congregated time and again in the same very house to plot that murder. Let me cut across to Santosh, who's our correspondent, who's currently at the spot, bringing us more.
जिस व्यक्ति के घर पर ये बुलडोज की कार्रवाई की जा रही है उसके घर से ये असलहा मिला है. ये असलहा लेकर के जा रहे हैं. ये कौन
के घर से मिला है? घर से मिला.
क्या मिला? ये कौन सी बंदूक?
इसके अलावा एक और गन थी अभी वो भी मिली है. दो मिली है. एक तलवार मिली है.
अच्छा, ये कौन सी क्या मिला इनके पास?
ज़्यादा आइडिया नहीं है विदेशी गन है ज़्यादा आइडिया नहीं.
विदेशी ये कौन सी गन और कितनी गन मिली है?
दो गन मिली. दूसरी ये गन है.
ये कौन सी गन जो दूसरी है
वो रखी है.
ये कौन सी गन? ये
ज़्यादा आइडिया नहीं है इसके बारे में.
विदेशी गन.
विदेशी गन.
दूसरी गन
जी जी
उसी के घर से मिली है.
उसी घर से मिली.
जफर इरशाद के घर से जो दो गन बरामद हुई हैं और तलवार मिली है, तो ये उसके घर से बरामद हुई है. और ये लगातार जो सामान निकाला जा रहा है उसी में नतीजा है कि जफर इरशाद के घर से दो गन विदेशी और एक तलवार मिली है. कैमरा पर्सन रोहित के साथ संतोष कुमार. घर पर ये बुलडोज की कार्रवाई की जा रही है. उसके घर से ये असलहा मिला है. ये असलहा लेकर के जा रहे हैं. ये कौन
के घर से मिला है?
घर से मिला.
घर से मिला.
क्या मिला? ये कौन सी बंदूक?
इसके अलावा एक और गन थी अभी वो भी मिली है. दो मिली है. एक तलवार मिली है.
अच्छा, ये कौन सी क्या मिला इनके पास?
ज़्यादा आइडिया नहीं है विदेशी गन है ज़्यादा आइडिया नहीं.
विदेशी ये कौन सी गन और कितनी गन मिली है?
दो गन मिली. दूसरी ये गन है.
ये कौन सी गन जो दूसरी है
वो रखी है.
ये कौन सी गन? ये
ज़्यादा आइडिया नहीं है इसके बारे में.
विदेशी गन.
विदेशी गन.
दूसरी गन
जी जी
उसी के घर से मिली है.
उसी घर से मिली.
जफर इरशाद के घर से जो दो गन बरामद हुई हैं और तलवार मिली है, तो ये उसके घर से बरामद हुई है. और ये लगातार जो सामान निकाला जा रहा है उसी में नतीजा है कि जफर इरशाद के घर से दो गन विदेशी और एक तलवार मिली है. कैमरा पर्सन रोहित के साथ संतोष कुमार.
All right, those are live visuals coming in of the bulldozers there, literally raising down the close aide of Atiq, who's a murder accused in Umesh Pal case. His home is being demolished. This is the live visual of bulldozers there running on overdrive. In fact, this is the Prayagraj police themselves on when, right this morning, initiating the bulldozer action. This is a crackdown coming in the latest on the close aides of Umesh Pal's murder accused Atiq Ahmed. Prayagraj police now initiating this bulldozer action against the gang members. In fact, this was a decision that Prayagraj police has taken, and this also comes right on the heels of what Yogi Adityanath, UP Chief Minister, has often said, any irregularities, you'll be facing a bulldozer. This is right as per the government's instructions at this point. The police taking swift action, and bulldozer is their way out. They take the bulldozer right in front of Atiq's close aides. Ateek is the murder accused of Umesh Pal. They land up right outside Atiq's aide's home and demolish that house. That demolition drive has just begun, and those are the live visuals that we're bringing to you on our screens. This is the action that's being conducted to demolish houses of murder accused and their close aides. Right in the presence of the Prayagraj police as well as the rapid action force. We see full police deployment there just in case any ruckus breaks out. Umesh Pal's alleged murderers' close aides' houses now, one after the other, will be taken down. Now, whether this is illegal construction or not, the clarity has to come in, but this is the police there, even as the investigation is underway. They decide to demolish the homes of those accused in this case. In fact, it's not just one of the aides. We believe that at least 20 close links to Atiq Ahmed have been identified by the UP police and the Prayagraj Development Authority as well. We believe that all the 20 close aides, their homes or offices or any construction or properties there itself will be razed down. They are identified and they will be razed down. This is one such property that we are seeing of one of the close aides of the accused, murder accused, Atiq. His home is being demolished, while we understand that the Prayagraj Development Authority at this point, along with the UP police, have identified at least 20 other close links of Atiq Ahmed, and this bulldozer action will be taken out against them as well. This is what we hear. They have right now, at this point, identified one home of Atiq's close aide. Atiq, let me remind our viewers, is the murder accused in Umesh Pal case. Umesh Pal's alleged murderer, while the police, of course, is still investigating the case. The case is not complete, it's not closed, it's not concluded yet. He still remains a murder accused. Atiq's aides now, their homes being targeted to be razed down, claiming that they're, of course, illegal, encroached land that the construction has been carried out, and therefore they're going to be razed down. Santosh, our correspondent on ground, bringing us more.
जो इमारत है, जो पूरा हिस्सा है, उसको गिराया गया है, उसको गिराया जा रहा है। तो एक बड़ी कार्रवाई की जा रही है। जो खालिद जफर का घर बताया जा रहा है, जिसके ऊपर और ये ड्रिल करके उस हिस्से को भी गिराया गया। तो ये कहा जा सकता है कि जिस तरीके से अभियान शुरू हुआ, प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण के अधिकारी मौजूद हैं, प्रयागराज पुलिस कमिश्नरेट के तमाम अधिकारी मौजूद हैं। तो कहा जा सकता है कि पूरी तैयारी है कि इस घर को नेस्तो नाबूद कर दिया जाए, कोई भी हिस्सा न बचे, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से पहले से प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण ने नोटिस दे दिया था, और नोटिस देने के बाद जब इसका क्राइम कनेक्शन आ गया उमेश पाल मर्डर केस में, तो उसके बाद इसके ऊपर ये कार्रवाई की जा रही है। अभी ये शुरुआत है, ये माना जा रहा है। अभी तमाम उन लोगों के भी तस्दीक की जाएगी कि उनका क्राइम में तमाम नाम आ रहे हैं, चाहे वो मोहम्मद गुलाम हो या तमाम अन्य नाम हो, जिनके भी नाम के पुष्टि हो जाएगी कि वो अपराध में थे और उनके घर अवैध पाए जाएंगे या अपराध से अर्जित संपत्ति मानी जाएगी, तो उस पर कार्रवाई होगी। और उसी का हिस्सा है कि ये मकान जो अभी तक आलीशान खड़ा हुआ था, वो अब बस आधा खंडहर में तब्दील हो चुका है और थोड़ी देर बाद ये पूरा खंडहर हो जाएगा। जिस तरीके से प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण ने महज अभी 1.5 घंटे पहले ही ये शुरुआत हुई है इस पूरे कार्रवाई की, और 1.5 घंटे में ये कार्रवाई शुरू हुई थी, और उसके बाद अभी थोड़े से ही वक्त में जिस तेज़ी से कार्रवाई की जा रही है, उससे अंदेशा है कि ये कार्रवाई शाम तक इस पूरे घर को नेस्तो नाबूद कर दिया जाएगा। और ये पूरे नेस्तो नाबूद करने की कार्रवाई, जो खिड़कियां हैं वो तोड़े जा रहे हैं, दरवाजे हैं वो तोड़े जा रहे हैं। तो एक बड़ी कार्रवाई की शुरुआत उमेश पाल हत्याकांड में जिन लोगों ने इस शूट आउट को अंजाम दिया, जिन लोगों ने गोली चलाई, जिन लोगों ने बम चलाए, जिन लोगों ने धूमनगंज को हिला दिया, जिन लोगों ने प्रयागराज को हिला दिया, जिन लोगों ने उत्तर प्रदेश की पुलिस को चुनौती दी, उस चुनौती को स्वीकार करने के बाद उत्तर प्रदेश के प्रशासन और शासन को जो चुनौती दी गई, बेसरे बाजार हत्याकांड को अंजाम दिया गया, उसको चुनौती का नतीजा है कि अब ये चुनौती का जो खामियाजा है, जिन लोगों ने चुनौती दी थी अब उनके सरपरस्तों पर कार्रवाई है। अब आप अंदाज़ा लगाइए कि जिन लोगों ने शूट आउट को अंजाम दिया होगा उनका अंजाम क्या होने वाला है। ये बिल्कुल तय है कि इसमें जीरो टॉलरेंस की जो नीति बताई जा रही थी उसी को अपनाया जाएगा, किसी भी तरीके से कोई भी कमी नहीं छोड़ी जाएगी। और ये जो पुलिस की जो स्ट्रैटेजी है, अभी तक सदाकत जैसे पकड़ा गया जो मेन कॉन्स्पिरेटर था उमेश पाल हत्याकांड का, उसके बाद सदाकत के बाद जो शहबाज था जो उस गाड़ी को चला रहा था उसको पकड़ा गया। तो ये अपने आप में बड़ी कार्रवाई है और ये कार्रवाई की जा रही है। तो ये बड़ी कार्रवाई हो रही है प्रयागराज में उमेश पाल हत्याकांड में। उमेश पाल हत्याकांड के आरोपियों के ऊपर जो मददगार हैं, जो सरपरस्त हैं, उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई की जा रही है। उसके घर को गिराया जा रहा है, खालिद जफर के घर को गिराया जा रहा है। ये बड़ी कार्रवाई उसके व्यक्ति के घर पर, जिस व्यक्ति ने उन शूटरों को पनाह दी थी, जो शूटर्स यहाँ पर आए थे और जिन शूटर्स ने शाइस्ता परवीन को मुलाकात की थी। देखिए ये बिल्कुल सीधे से साफ संदेश है अपराधियों के लिए, माफियाओं के लिए कि अगर अपराध किया और संलिप्तता पाई गई तो वो फिर उसके लिए जवाब हर तरीके से दिया जाएगा। संपत्ति अपराध से अर्जित की जाएगी तो आप संपत्ति को मिट्टी में मिलाया जाएगा, और अपराधी अगर पुलिस से मुठभेड़ करेगा तो उसको भी मिट्टी में मिला दिया जाएगा। ये बात साफ संदेश है मुख्यमंत्री योगी आदित्यनाथ का। जिस तरीके से ये कार्रवाई की जा रही है अपने आप में बड़ी कार्रवाई है। ये देखिए ये पहला
Cut across to Abhishek Mishra, our correspondent, joining us on the phone line. Abhishek, give us a little sense on the Prayagraj police, along with the Prayagraj Development Authority there, their civic body, who have identified nearly 20 people as close aides of Atiq Ahmed, who is the alleged murderer of Umesh Pal. Their homes and any properties constructed will be razed down. Now, this bulldozer is working on these homes because it's illegal construction or because they're accused in this case?
Well, as far as the Prayagraj Development Authorities is concerned, that is saying that this is an illegal property. There is no clearance as far as map is concerned and other, clearances which are required. So that is one thing which is taken into consideration as far as this action is concerned. But there is no doubt of the fact that it is directly related to Atiq Ahmed and the kind of involvement of his close ally in this whole murder which happened on 24th of February. At the same time, the house located in Chakia, which is in Kareli police station of Prayagraj, is said to be of Khalid Zafar, who was Atiq Ahmed's wife's close ally. So, and it is also very important that how not only
जफर के घर से बरामद हुए हैं वो पोस्टर्स, यानी कि नज़दीकी बता रही है कि किस तरीके से अतीक अहमद के परिवार से नज़दीकी थी। और हो सकता है कि यहीं से एक चुनावी स्ट्रेटजी या तमाम अन्य जो घटनाएं, जिस तरीके से उमेश पाल हत्याकांड के जो शूटर्स थे वो शाइस्ता से मिलने आए थे, तो एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण जो जानकारी थी कि शूटर्स के द्वारा शाइस्ता को बताई गई कि हाँ ये मिशन पूरा हो गया, उमेश पाल मार दिया गया, संभवतः यही जानकारी देने के लिए आए थे। और ये उसी के बाद वो लोग फरार हो गए। आहिस्ता यहीं पर थी बताया जा रहा है। और प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण के द्वारा इस मकान मालिक को पहले ही नोटिस दिया जा चुका था कि ये मकान अवैध है, जिसको लेकर के ये कार्रवाई पहले ही नोटिस दिया गया था। और उस नोटिस के बाद अब जो है ये कार्रवाई की जा रही है। तो अब ये कार्रवाई की जा रही है, मकान को आगे ध्वस्त किया जा रहा है। एक हिस्सा, बड़ा हिस्सा जो बाउंड्री थी उसको गिरा दिया गया। अब बुलडोज़र ड्रिल करके और ठोकर मार करके, देखिए भारी जो हत्था होता है, बुलडोज़र का जो हैंड होता है जिससे गिराया जाता है, बहुत भारी होता है, उसकी एक टक्कर भर से दीवार ढह जाती है। और ये उसी टक्कर मारी जा रही है कि ताकि जो दीवार है वो गिराई जा सके, वो गिर सके, आसानी से ड्रिल करके गिराई जा सके। तो वही हो रहा है और ये एक बड़ी कार्रवाई की जा रही है प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण के द्वारा। देखिए एक और ये लगातार ये जो हाथ से इसको गिराने की कोशिश की जा रही है, ठोकर मारी जा रही है, वो गिरा करके कमज़ोर कर दिया जाता है। जो अमूमन स्ट्रैटेजी होती है कि किसी भी मजबूत इमारत को कमज़ोर करने के लिए पहले उसमें ठोकर मार दी जाती है, और जब ठोकर लगने के बाद वो इमारत कमज़ोर हो जाती है तब उसको गिराना आसान हो जाता है। और उसी हिस्से में ये कार्रवाई की जा रही है। ये अब यहाँ पर कार्रवाई हो रही है। ये बुलडोज़र चल रहा है। बुलडोज़र ने ये मकान के एक बड़े हिस्से को, यानी कि जो फ्रंट का हिस्सा था, जो पोर्च था जिसको हम कहते हैं मकान का, वो गिरा दिया गया। मेन गेट गिरा दिया गया। मेन गेट के बाद पोर्च का हिस्सा गिरा दिया गया। जो छत थी, जो ग्राउंड फ्लोर और फर्स्ट फ्लोर के बीच में जो एक पोर्च का हिस्सा था, उसको गिरा दिया गया। और अब धीरे धीरे से पूरे मकान को स्ट्रैटेजिकली गिराया जा रहा है। इस बात का भी ध्यान रखा जा रहा है कि पड़ोस के मकानों को कोई भी क्षति न पहुँचे। इस बात की भी कोशिश की जा रही है कि इस मकान के ध्वस्तीकरण में कोई पड़ोस का मकान क्षतिग्रस्त ना हो, ये पूरी कोशिश की जा रही है। और ये मकान गिराया जा रहा है और ये पूरे ड्रिल किया जा रहा है, ड्रिल करके मकान को कमज़ोर किया जा रहा है। तो एक बड़ी कार्रवाई, जिस तरीके से उमेश पाल हत्याकांड में दो तरीके से कार्रवाई हो रही है। देखिए, एक तो प्रशासनिक तौर पर कार्रवाई हो रही है, उन लोगों की संपत्तियां सीज की जा रही हैं, संपत्तियों को चिन्हित किया जा रहा है, जिनके मकानों को चिन्हित करके अवैध संपत्ति बताई जा रही है कि अपराध से अर्जित संपत्ति होगी या सरकारी ज़मीन या बिना नक्शा पास कराए। जैसे मकान आप जो ध्वस्तीकरण देख रहे हैं, ये बताया जा रहा है कि ये बिना नक्शा पास कराए गए इस मकान को कंस्ट्रक्ट किया गया और उसके बाद इसको अवैध बता करके इसका नोटिस दिया गया। और नोटिस देने के बाद 6 महीने पहले करीब नोटिस दिया गया था, जो हमारे पास जानकारी मिल पा रही है। अभी प्रयागराज विकास प्राधिकरण के अधिकारी नहीं बोल रहे हैं, लेकिन इतना ज़रूर है कि ये कार्रवाई की जा रही है और बड़ी कार्रवाई की गई है। जिस तरीके से इस पूरे मकान को जमींदोज किया जा रहा है।
I'm going to quickly cut across to SP MLA from Badohi, Uttar Pradesh, Zaid Beg. Zaid, if you can give us, Zaid, बता सकते हो कि यहाँ बुलडोजर्स एक्शन में है, जो अतीक अहमद के क्लोज एड्स हैं, उनका घर को डिमोलिश किया जा रहा है। वो बोलते हैं कि 20 लोकेशन में प्रॉपर्टीज को आइडेंटिफाई किया गया है, 20 लोगों का जो अतीक के क्लोज मेंबर्स थे, और ये इलीगल कंस्ट्रक्शन है, इसीलिए बुलडोजर्स यहाँ पर काम चला रही है। जाहिद जी,
जहाँ तक हमारा सवाल है, जी आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ, आ रही है।
हमारा सवाल है कि पिछले 6 साल हो गए योगी सरकार के, और आज तक हर रोज लॉ एंड ऑर्डर इनका जीरो टॉयलेट फेल होता जा रहा है। इलाहाबाद घटना, बरेली घटना, गाजियाबाद घटना, और हर जिले में घटनाएं बढ़ रही है और इनका बुलडोजर पूरी तरह फेल है। ये बुलडोजर कहाँ चला रहे हैं, कैसे चला रहे हैं, हमसे मतलब नहीं है। मतलब ये उत्तर प्रदेश का लॉ एंड ऑर्डर जो दिन पर दिन खराब होता जा रहा है, वो कैसे ठीक हो। आज जिसके ऊपर बुलडोजर चला रहे हैं, मैं आपके चैनल से पूछना चाहता हूँ, उत्तर प्रदेश और केंद्र सरकार से, जब इलाहाबाद में उपचुनाव हुआ था, 24 घंटे के अंदर उनको इलाहाबाद शिफ्ट किया गया जाता है। अब मैं जानना चाहता हूं उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार से, किसके कहने पे शिफ्ट किया गया था, और जिस तरह से समाजवादी पार्टी को चुनाव हराने के लिए उनका इस्तेमाल किया था सरकार ने, केंद्र सरकार ने भी उत्तर प्रदेश सरकार में, तो किसने किया था, ये जनता भी जानना चाहती है। हमसे इससे मतलब नहीं है कौन आप क्या कर रहे हैं। उत्तर प्रदेश को लॉ एंड ऑर्डर चाहिए, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सवाल पे योगी सरकार पूरी तरह फेल है।
जी, मगर यहाँ पर जो देखा जा रहा है ये क्या कानून का उल्लंघन है? जैसे बुलडोजर्स चलाया जा रहा है, क्या अतीक अहमद के दोस्त होने में भी ये बुराई है? या ये जो लोग हैं ये सब अतीक अहमद के दोस्त थे, तो दोस्त के दौर पे उनके घरों को डिमोलिश किया जा रहा है, क्या ये कानून का वायलेशन है?
हमको ये नहीं जानकारी है बुलडोजर किसके ऊपर चल रहा है। देखिए, हमको ये नहीं जानकारी किसके बुलडोजर चल रहा है, क्यों चल रहा है। हमें सिर्फ इतना चाहिए कि आज दिन जीरो टॉयलेट की बात करने वाली योगी सरकार हर रोज अपराध ग्राफ बढ़ता जा रहा है उत्तर प्रदेश के अंदर। अब वहाँ क्या चल रहा है, किसके ऊपर चल रहा है, तो हमको जानकारी नहीं है, इसलिए ऊपर बोलना हमारा ठीक नहीं है।
मगर यहाँ पर जैद जी, जो अतीक अहमद है वो एसपी का नेता था और वो एक गैंगस्टर था और उसके लिंक्स बहुत फार एंड वाइड है, उनका नेटवर्क बहुत तगड़ा है और इतने सारे लोगों को आइडेंटिफाई किया गया है, बहुत सारे लोगों का एसपी पार्टी से लिंक भी निकला है।
देखिए, जहाँ तक पार्टी की बात है वो उस वक्त बहुजन समाजवादी पार्टी में है, जहाँ और दूसरे लिंक की बात है, लिंक तो इतना तगड़ा है उनका जिसे आप बता रही हैं कि जब उत्तर प्रदेश में उपचुनाव इलाहाबाद में हुआ था, किसके कहने पर उनको शिफ्ट किया गया। समाजवादी पार्टी कार्यकर्ताओं को जेल के अंदर से खून आता है, ये योगी सरकार के कहने पर किया गया, या गुजरात के अंदर बैठे हुए हैं आज वहाँ से सम्राट चल रहा है, अगर चल रहा है तो उसका संरक्षक कौन है, गृह मंत्री है कि प्रधानमंत्री है? जनता इस बात को जानना चाहती है।
मगर यहाँ पर जो एलिगेशन है, जो आरोप है, और वो भी तगड़ा आरोप है कि अतीक ने ही उनके दोस्तों के साथ उमेश पाल का हत्या किया है, उनको मर्डरर करार किया गया है पुलिस ने ऑलरेडी।
उससे मतलब नहीं है, ये पुलिस का काम है, ये पुलिस का काम है, कौन किया कौन नहीं किया ये पुलिस का काम है, उससे आपको मतलब नहीं है।
आप एसपी पार्टी ने उनको एमएलए का टिकट दिया, एमएलए बनाया, आप कैसे ऐसे गैंगस्टर्स को लेते हैं अपनी पार्टी में?
नहीं, देखिए, कल कौन कहाँ था, पुरानी बातों को लेकर चर्चा नहीं होनी चाहिए। आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी के अंदर आधे से ज़्यादा लोग दूसरे पार्टी में से आए हैं और समाजवादी पार्टी में बहुत से लोग बाहर से आए हैं। कौन आज के दिन, कल की बात करेंगे तो जो गांधी जी की हत्या हुई थी वो किसने किया था, तो उसके भी चर्चा हो जाएगी, तो कहाँ खड़ा हुआ है। तो कल की बात करेंगे कि पूरा इतिहास, गांधी जी की हत्या किसने की थी, किस संस्थान ने की थी, इसलिए उस पुरानी बात को ले जाएंगे तो बहुत ज़्यादा पीछे सामने आ जाएगी।
जी जायद जी, फाइनल क्वेश्चन आपको, ये जो लोग हैं जो अतीक अहमद के दोस्त हैं, उनके घर को डिमोलिश किया जा रहा है, आप उनको मदद करोगे? आपकी पार्टी?
जान लीजिए, समाजवादी पार्टी के लोग कभी माफियाओं की मदद नहीं करते। मैं दोबारा कहना चाहता हूं आपके चैनल के माध्यम से, जनता और मैं भी जानना चाहता हूं कि किसके कहने पर, जिसका नाम आप बता रही हैं, उनको रातों रात इलाहाबाद शिफ्ट किया जाता है। ये सवाल मैं प्रदेश के मुखिया से और केंद्र के मुखिया से पूछना चाहता हूँ।
Chalo, thank you. Zaid Beg ji, SP MLA joining us, trying to clarify that this is not really the onus of the Samajwadi Party. If this is the allegation leveled against Ateek Ahmed, then it's the police's job to conclude the case and close it. He is, of course, right now under arrest. At this point, his close aides, the houses are being demolished. Our reporters tell us a lot of the homes that have been identified are friends of Ateek Ahmed's who allegedly built on encroached land. So at least 20 close aides and their homes have been identified by the Prayagraj Development Authority.
आप एक बार आपको फिर से आधा घंटे
Overdrive. This is the house of Atiq Ahmed. Again, for the benefit of our viewers, Atiq Ahmed is a Samajwadi Party Neta. He was an MLA with the SP, accused in the murder of Umesh Pal. Investigation is still underway. The case has not been closed. In fact, there's no conclusion to the case as yet. He still remains a murder accused. Atiq Ahmed, while he's in prison, his close aides and their properties, one after the other, being demolished. This is a huge crackdown on the close aides of Umesh Pal's murder accused Atiq Ahmed. Prayagraj police in full strength present there while this bulldozer action takes place, along with the rapid action forces who are also deployed on ground in case of any kind of ruckus that may arise over this demolition drive that we see right here. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has really said time and again, any violation of law, you'll meet this fate.